Welcome to the AESL podcast, the podcast made just for you, the American English learner. Whether you're a beginner finding your voice or an advanced learner polishing your skills, this is your space to listen, learn, and grow. Each episode, we explore the sounds, words, grammar, culture, and conversations that make American English come alive so you can speak with confidence in school, at work, and in everyday life. Together, we're going to make American English feel natural, clear, and within your reach. So grab your notebook, open your ears, and get ready to level up your English. This is the AESL podcast. Let's learn together. The affective filter and creating safe learning spaces. Key vocabulary. Affective filter. Krashen's metaphor for the emotional and motivational variables that can block or facilitate language acquisition, including anxiety, motivation, and self-confidence. When students feel judged or ridiculed for their accents, their affective filter rises and acquisition slows significantly. Anxiety, facilitative versus debilitative. Facilitative anxiety is a mild, motivating tension that sharpens focus. Debilitative anxiety is overwhelming worry that impairs performance. A small amount of nervous energy before a presentation can be facilitative, but chronic language anxiety becomes debilitative and harms long-term progress. Self-efficacy. A learner's belief in their own ability to succeed at a specific task. Teachers who provide frequent, achievable challenges help build students' self-efficacy, which predicts greater persistence and risk-taking. Classroom climate. The overall social, emotional, and intellectual atmosphere of a learning environment. Research shows that a warm, inclusive classroom climate reduces anxiety and increases the amount of language learners are willing to produce. Risk-taking. The willingness to attempt language production despite uncertainty about correctness. Effective language learners embrace risk-taking, understanding that communicating imperfectly is far more productive than staying silent. Feature article. Few concepts in language education have proven as practically powerful as Stephen Krashen's affective filter hypothesis. Krashen proposed that emotional variables, particularly anxiety, motivation, and self-confidence, function like a filter that regulates the flow of comprehensible input into the language acquisition device. When the filter is low, when learners feel safe, motivated, and confident, input flows freely and acquisition proceeds rapidly. When the filter is high, when learners feel anxious, humiliated, or disengaged, input is blocked and acquisition stalls, even if excellent instruction is occurring. The implications of the affective filter hypothesis for classroom practice are profound. It means that the emotional environment of a language classroom is not a peripheral concern but a central determinant of learning outcomes. A teacher who delivers technically perfect lessons in an atmosphere of mockery, impatience, or competitive pressure will achieve far less than a teacher with simpler materials who creates a climate of warmth, humor, and unconditional positive regard. Language anxiety is among the most well-documented phenomena in second language research. Adult learners, particularly those who were successful, confident individuals in their home countries and languages, often experience acute anxiety in language classrooms because they are suddenly unable to express the full complexity of their thoughts and personalities. They feel, as one researcher described it, like eloquent fools. This experience of perceived regression in competence is deeply uncomfortable and can lead learners to avoid speaking, miss classes, or drop out entirely. Teachers can systematically lower the affective filter through a range of strategies. Establishing clear, predictable classroom routines reduces anxiety by eliminating the stress of the unknown. Creating a culture in which mistakes are normalized and even celebrated as evidence of learning transforms the emotional valence of errors. Using cooperative structures that allow learners to rehearse language with peers before performing publicly reduces performance anxiety. Providing choices and agency in learning tasks builds self-efficacy and engagement. Sharing one's own experiences of language learning, including struggles and failures, humanizes the teacher and models the kind of resilient, risk-taking orientation that successful language learners embody. The physical environment matters as well. Classrooms that are welcoming, visually rich, organized, and comfortable send implicit messages about the value placed on learners. Small details, learning students' names, displaying their work, providing snacks, acknowledging significant cultural events, accumulate into a powerful statement: you belong here, and you are worth investing in. 5 practical tips. 1. Start every class with a low-stakes, enjoyable warm-up activity, a brief game, a funny image, or a simple personal question to relax learners and lower anxiety before instructional tasks begin. 2. Establish a no-laugh zone policy from day one. Student errors are never a source of mockery, and peers who laugh at a classmate's English receive a private, respectful conversation about respect. 3. Use pair and small group work before asking individuals to share publicly. Rehearsal with a trusted partner dramatically reduces performance anxiety. 4. Give specific, genuine praise that names exactly what a student did well. For example, your use of however was perfect there, rather than generic praise that sounds hollow. 5. Share your own language learning experiences or struggles honestly with students. Modeling resilience and vulnerability is one of the most powerful tools a teacher has. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the AESL podcast. Thank you for spending time with us today. Every minute you listen, every word you learn, and every sentence you practice brings you one step closer to your American English goals. If today's episode helped you, please share it with a friend, a classmate, or anyone who is on their English learning journey, because learning is always better together. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and leave us a review. We love hearing from our listeners around the world. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, fluency is not a destination. It's a journey, and you are already on your way. Until next time, this is the AESL podcast. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.